Okay, so let's start map 3. This is Hanamura. Runaway's up 2-0. They won Numbani and they won Ilios. So Reunited, like, finally, I think, like, their comp finally makes sense to me. Like, they're running exactly what Runaway ran most of the maps. Like, they're running the Winston, Zarya. They're running a dive comp with an Ana. If they don't nano boost the Genji, I feel like they're making the game harder for themselves. Like, they keep nano boosting the Winston, and I question that because I feel like the nano boosted Genji is just better. Runaway on the opposite side is running like a forward 2-ish comp. Like, you have 4 tanks essentially. I mean, Zarya and Mei are tanks in my head. So they have a very beefy comp. Reunited doesn't really have an anti-beefy comp. Like, you would normally see a Reaper against this, or your own Mei might be good, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Valutaya switch to a Reaper, deal with this, but at the same time, you can deal with ults. Like, you can just get ults and win fights. That's something that I guess I don't really talk about that much, is that even if your comp's not better, if your ults are better, then it makes up for it. Like, if you don't have a Reaper, but you get a nano boosted Dragon Blade, do you really need a Reaper? Like, so that's one way to look at it. So I'm not really sure who has the upper hand here. If Reunited could get a pick or 2 early, like, that's really good for them, but they have a very beefy comp on the side of Runaway. What is this? Ninja. Very next level stuff right here. Never seen this before. It's not really that effective though. Alright, so that's really a big kill from Unfixed. Instantly kills the Ana. No matter what happens now, they should definitely have the nano boost advantage. So this is looking really promising actually from Reunited. Like, they came in here, they got those kills. That wall was actually pretty bad at the end of the day. That wall didn't do anything. It like let 3 or 4 people through, but somehow Unfixed killed the Ana immediately. So like, they should be able to snowball this round pretty fast. Yeah, that Mei definitely can be seen from certain angles, but it's not that big of a deal that even if they saw him. But I feel like they should be able to snowball this really easily right now. Valutaya sneaks in. I don't think they saw him. Why does he give himself away? Why is he poking? What are you doing? He's like distracting them, but they have a Mei. Like, they're trying to deal with the wall, but he's just helping their Ana farm ult and like their Lucio farm ult. Like, Runner's gonna get ult now. Oh my god, please. Panic ult. That was not. Alright, Reunited still should win because they still should have the advantage in just like the ults, but they didn't execute well at all. Okay, I want to talk about this for a second. This is weird. Oh, Mei saw him? Okay. So that makes sense. Are they going to win this? I feel like if they lose this, it's because they messed up, not because Runaway played particularly, like, incredibly. Ooh, Quad's got some sick aim. Alright, so they lose here. They did see him. Okay, so I was wrong. They saw him. But 23. Let's go to 23. Start from the beginning. Like, they win the fight clean. Okay, I think that there's a play here that they could have made for sure, just given what they knew. Panic Genji Nano, I didn't see. We'll watch it again. Alright, right here. Oni's at 80. You need to get this ult up very fast. Like, this Zarya needs to farm ult. Like, they need this ult. This ult needs to go off. Or they can nano boost the Genji and go up there. Like, that's another option right now. But they need to do one of those things. I don't actually know what they wind up doing with the nano boost, so I want to like see it again. They nano boost the Winston. That's a Winston, right? This is so inefficient, actually. This is like super inefficient. Okay. This is weird. This is really weird to me. I question Haxel coming down when he did. I mean, he's just trying to get the blizzard off. And yeah, the camera on Velutai is pretty questionable. But I don't... Alright, you're in this position, okay? Why not just nano boost the Genji and go? Like, you can jump the Winston with ults, nano boost the Dragon Blade, and like probably kill 3 or 4 of these people. Like, they don't have any way to kill anybody. Like, there's no Earth Shatter. They have Mei, but Mei is not in a position to save them. So if they just nano boost the Genji here, I think that they might actually just kill these 4 heroes. Like, you jump the Winston and the Genji at the same time, nano boost the Genji and go. Okay, so I think that that's the play 100%. No question in my head. Definitely better than what they do here. Like, if Unfixed is ulted here and has a bubble with him, he gets that kill. As far as Oni here, he's kind of on an island, which is, I mean, unfortunate, but why wouldn't you nano boost the Genji there? Like, Winghaven winds up popping ult during that, and then you're like nano boosting a Winston that's in Primal Rage, which does like minimal damage. Like, that's not even good use of the plus 50% damage amp or whatever the hell it is. So that, I think, was the biggest mistake that they made here. I think if they had just nano boosted the Genji, they would have gotten like a triple or a quad, and then Oni could have just came in later and like cleaned up. Like, he wouldn't even have to be on the point where he is right now. No, that's a weird decision to me. Like, I think that they really just threw their advantage right. They had a huge advantage. But then Oni panic ults, and he only gets like 1 person, so that was not a good Graviton again. I don't mind the Mei dropping down. Like, Mei's just annoying, man. Like, Mei can do whatever the hell she wants. Mei's just a hero. That's just how Mei is. Like, Mei can like make mistakes, and you don't even care when you're playing Mei and you make mistakes, because you wind up just living anyway. Now that Taya feels pressured, using another pulse on, doesn't get anything with it. He's like living too long here though. Like, half his team's dead. Like, go die, man. Like, you guys aren't winning this push. This push is not your push. Unfixed gets farmed by the Mei, and now their ults are reset, and like the ults being reset's really bad for them. Mono has Graviton now, so this next push is pretty easy for Runaway in my opinion. Like, they still don't have really good heroes for killing Mei. And now they switched off Tracer to go McCree, but they don't have a Reinhardt. This looks really hard for them, to be honest with you. I don't know how they win. I actually don't know how they win. Let's find out if they win. But I'm more concerned how they win with this. Like, honestly, I feel like you just farm those ults and you do it again. Like, that's your next bet, is just try to do it again. Take a dry push or 2 and then come back and do it again. Like, this nano boost is never gonna... This Genji ult's never gonna do anything, man. That's a wasted Genji blade, for sure. It forced out sound barrier, but... Like, do you care about sound barrier if you're a nano boosted Genji? Like, you definitely don't. So now they're getting rid of the Genji to go Reaper to try to kill the Mei. But the Mei switches now, so they're 1 step ahead on the side of Runaway. Unfixed switches to Reaper to counter Mei, but then Haxel just counters and goes Genji. Now the Genji's back in the picture, and they don't even have a Mei that they switched the Reaper for. And now they don't even have Dragon Blade. Like, they just don't even have a Genji. Good sleep dart. This isn't even a good fight. Like, I don't care what happens here. They're not gonna win. They already lost Morte. Like, the fight's over. You lose 1 person on your push on Hanamura, the game is over. That was a good dry push though, because they baited out Nano Boost, and it looks like they baited out Earth Shatter. So they're getting the ult economy back in their favor, but they still don't have Nano Boosted Death Blossom. And Nano Boosted, I think Winston's not even that scary. So unless they get a really good Nano Boosted McCree here, I don't know what their plan is. I don't think Reaper was the answer to Tracer. I think they thought that they still had... I think they switched thinking that they had to kill the Mei, but then the Mei switched. Okay, so that was... Who did he nano boost again? Who got nano boosted here? The Winston? Why do they keep nano boosting this Winston? They nano boosted the Winston and popped High Noon, and neither of them did anything. Or it didn't look like they did anything. Kaiser comes out. I think Oni might have gotten a good Graviton there. That was a whiffed Earth Shatter. Alright, I want to watch this back. I'm actually confused as to like this series of events that just unfolded in front of my eyes. Okay, so they got all these ults off of Runaway, which is good. But they're close to Dragon Blade, they're decently close to Graviton, and they're not super far away from Sound Barrier. But they have High Noon, Nano Boost, and Winston. But I don't find Winston too scary to me. Valentine is still poking, not really doing anything. What's that? He's drunk. Okay, so they go in, they speed boost in, they go directly onto point. I don't know why they wouldn't go top right here, because they don't have a Mei, so you don't really have to worry about the Mei wall. But they go straight onto point, they pop High Noon, and they nano boost the Winston. So Valentine speed boost onto point, pops High Noon, and then just gets farmed. Because they don't combo it with anything. They could have potentially gotten him on the high ground and then comboed it with the Graviton, but they didn't. So now they're just down to DPS. Cool. The Winston almost died. Like, that's the Winston right now. Getting charged. They get a lot of kills here, but Mono's still alive. And Kaiser's still alive. And they're both very healthy right now. So that Earth Shatter whiffs. No, it hits the Winston in the back. And the Mono pops the Graviton just to secure this fight, it looks like. Or no, that was Oni's Graviton. I hate these Gravitons, man. Like, I actually hate these Gravitons. Like, watch this back. Watch how this goes down. This is really bad to me, I think, again. And I'm actually not trying to flame him. I just feel like this is like, you need Gravitons to win games. Like, Zarya is such a good hero. And her ult is so game-changing that when you don't use it correctly, I feel like you actually, like, mess up the entire flow of the game. Like, wait for it. Just wait. You guys will see. I don't know. Like, I might be being too hard, but I'm pretty sure I'm not being too hard. I'm pretty sure I'm, like, completely right. So, like, first of all, get the Graviton right now. He doesn't have it, but they nano boosted the Winston. He wasted the bubble on the Winston that was nano boosted. Whereas Valutaya definitely could have used it. But I don't like Valutaya's positioning anyway. Genji on defense. Yeah, I think they switched to Genji because they saw the McCree Reaper come out and they didn't want to run the Mei anymore. Also, I think that this guy is really good at Genji, so they just do it. And yeah, I mean, I agree. Valutaya's positioning there was really bad. But he definitely might have gotten a kill or two if there was a High Noon. And I would have preferred him to be on the high ground waiting for the Graviton before he popped that. But now Valutaya is dead. I think Unfix is about to die too. Now Oni gets a kill or two, he gets the Tracer, gets a... So he thinks he's winning this fight, but Morte and Valutaya are dead. Now Unfixed is dead. Okay, now 2 of your DPS are dead, and your healer is dead. Which is a problem. So this Earth Shatter is not that bad. I mean, he panic Earth Shatters, but I don't think it was a panic Earth Shatter. I think that was a legitimately good Earth Shatter because... Like, he knew that his team wasn't winning that fight, really obvious. Like, it wasn't obvious, I don't think, to him that his team was winning that fight. So while it might have been, like, overkill Earth Shatter, it definitely wasn't bad. But this Graviton is... They don't have any DPS right now. The only person alive is the Winston to do damage in this Graviton. So now they don't even get the kill, I don't think. So that's just a wasted grav. They could have waited for Pulse Bomb for sure. Valutaya? I think it's Valutaya. It might be Valutaja. I don't really care. I heard the Korean caster say Valutaya. Look at this guy, man. He's just a Genji. He's just a Genji. This guy is Genji. But now they're at a super disadvantage of ults again because they blew that fight again. Like, they didn't combo their ults correctly. They didn't wait for each other. They didn't assess the situation properly and wound up just like feeding. Now Morte is dead again. So now Shine is gonna have time to catch up in the ult department. Life's good for Runaway right now because they just bought themselves another like 20 or 30 seconds. We get this sick play of the game cam. Dude, that was sick actually. He used his second double jump after he used the first jump to fall down, used the second one to get back up and get his dash off. This guy, yeah, this guy's a Genji, man. And yeah, Fixed and Morte just died by themselves. Because Haxel's just feeling himself right now. He's just like, whatever, man, I'm playing Genji. I'm gonna kill all of you. This is an aggressive Graviton, like super aggressive, but I don't hate it. Because, like, what are they gonna do? They don't have ults. It's also just a guaranteed 4-man Earth Graviton, rather. Were they even there? Did they just farm them because they knew that they could? Was that just smart? That might have just actually been really intelligent. Let's watch again. I don't know if Morte was even there. If Morte wasn't there, then that was really fucking smart. They don't need to use the pulse bomb, but I'm pretty sure it's because, watch, Morte is gonna die here. He's alone. So for this next push, is Morte even there is my question. So they see them all eating garbage in this door, which is good. Okay, Morte is here. So now it's 6 people, but they're all trying to push top right. And they have their own Graviton. So they just drop a Graviton here. They don't care. They're like, okay, whatever. We're just going to Graviton. Easy. 5-man grab. And Fix just has to stand here and watch. And then they just do damage through it with the Genji. The Genji and the Tracer just dive in. It looks like the Ana hit a nuke. That's just an easy fight. Another 30 seconds are going to get burned here pretty like easily. And now they have Nano Boost again, but like if you don't use it on the Reaper now, but can you even get, this is still hard. Like they need to make this Nano Boost a Reaper get kills. Sure. He only gets the Zarya. That's a little rough. But this is pretty good from them. I mean, they're finally getting kills. But they nano boosted a Genji in the back. And now this is the Haxel show. And that's just them having their ult advantage. But I feel like, yeah, Reunited should be able to clean this up. Unless this Reinhardt comes out and hits a crazy Earth Shatter, which is definitely possible. Although they didn't wipe them, so are they going to retake? They pop sound barrier to keep the fight going. That's good for sure. Cruz counter sound barriers. Kaiser hits a good Earth Shatter. And Fix gets a Death Blossom off, but they're dying. No, they're not going to cap this, I don't think. Runaway should have this for sure. They didn't wipe them fast enough. Like that Death Blossom had to get like 2 or 3 people, and then they could have maybe won, but they had to deal with the nano boosted Genji in the back. Like once Morte went down to Haxel, I think that the fight was kind of ill-fated. Yeah, Haxel's like, I see your nano boosted Death Blossom, but I raised you a nano boosted Dragon Blade. And now they can pop Graviton here just to stagger deaths. That's good. What's Reaper gonna do against Genji, man? It's a very good defense, but I feel like they had a lot of easy. I feel like Reunited had so many opportunities to win there. Like they had at least 2 fights that they could have just waited to take, but they're like forcing engagements that they don't need to enforce. And yeah, some of the Gravitons were bad, but some of the nano boost, I don't like nano boosted Winston. Like I really think nano boosted Dragon Blade is so much better than nano boosted Winston, especially when Winston has Primal Rage. I don't know, whatever, man. I think if Reunited watch this back, they'll be like, why did we keep nano boosting this Winston? Although let's be real, Reunited's gonna watch this VOD. Alright, so, I mean, as much as I hate watching Hanamura, at least this round should probably be quick. I mean, you expect it to be quick. Generally, when you lose offense and you don't cap the second point, you're just mentally defeated. Like, putting this map in the middle of the pool is actually, like, such a game changer. Because this map actually mentally breaks people. Like, 2CP maps in general, I would say, break people. So, Reunited, if this was like, if they were up like 2-1 or down 2-1, this might actually be like where the turning point happens, where like you're like, oh God, did you like actually forget how to play Overwatch when you keep pushing through that door for 9 minutes? Because they kept the first point in like 30 seconds, and then the rest of the 8 minutes and 30 seconds was just spent banging at the Hanamura door. It was like a piece of the Genji Hanzo short or some shit. Now they're running their own Mei. Now they're running Zenyatta? I don't understand. Why? I guess at this point they're like, we have to try something. But I feel like if you lose this first fight, you're just going to get rolled. Like, you're actually just going to get rolled. It's going to be like a 10-second fight. This will be like a 2-minute round if they don't get good ults off. Where was the wall? What happened? Did the wall just not come out? We got the kill on the Reinhardt, and they're cleaning up right now. Alright, Morte just got like a triple kill. Imagine if Morte was playing Zenyatta this whole time. Like, he just gets a triple kill, he just pulls out a triple kill casually. Like, yeah, I'm playing Zenyatta. Now he's tied with the Ana for ult. I don't know, man. Like, I said in the beginning, like, he should have just been playing, he could have just been playing Zenyatta this whole time if you're getting beaten that bad by the Genji. But now their defense is looking pretty good. Like, I mean, they have Blizzard. Blizzard's really hard to deal with just on the point. Unless he dies here? Is he gonna die here? Kaiser kills Oni. Oni's dead. That's a big pick. Killing that Zarya is really big. Morte has trans. He can wait for Cruz's ult to pop off and then pop it. Okay. So now even Runaway's still in a decent position because they burnt trans and they burnt. Ooh, they nano boosted the. Okay, they nano boosted the Lucio, which is bad, but they traded a lot of ults for a lot of ults, and I think that really benefits them. That was crazy play actually for Mono, but they burnt Sound Barrier and they burnt Transcendence from Reunited, so this next fight's theirs, even though they wasted the nano boost on the Lucio. Because now the Graviton should be enough to win them this next push, unless like something cataclysmic happens. Although I might have spoken too soon. Because where was the Reinhardt there? Did Kaiser not charge in? I don't understand. Okay, there's the Reinhardt cleaning up, so that's okay. I mean, the Genji didn't get many kills, but he did a lot of damage, and now they're just cleaning up the damage. Because they don't even have any defensive support ults. But now, if you're Runaway, I think you just nano boost Haxel and win the game. Or wait until you nano boost Haxel and win the game. That Blizzard came out too soon? I didn't really see it. But I don't think that they were going to win that fight anyway. Like, I don't, even regardless of the Blizzard, I don't think that they were winning that fight. He has Blizzard again, though, so it's fine. Yeah, Reunited finally switches Zenyatta. This next push, I think, is Reunited's hold. I mean, I would imagine it's Reunited's hold. But Winghaven's getting slammed. What just happened? What did they do? How did this happen? This game's so hard to spectate, to be honest with you guys. I actually get like mentally beaten by this spectator mode sometimes. I know the Reunited tanks got destroyed, but how or why? Like, look at this setup. Like, all they have to do now is pop a Graviton into a Blizzard. Like, that's really all they have to do. They'll get Sound Barrier. As long as Cruz doesn't die instantly, they'll be fine. They can even Pulse Bomb, but why not just pop all three even? Like, you can trade 3 ults, that's fine. Ideally, you don't want to, but Even just Graviton Blizzard should be enough for them right now. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely disorienting because the camera flickers and stuff, but like even right now I'm watching this guy's aim. Right here. Graviton? Just Graviton them right now? 4-man Graviton? 3-man Graviton? Easy. The Maywall comes out. But they Graviton anyway. It only gets nothing? Where is Unfixed at this point? They Nano Boost Kaiser out, which is good. Like, that's a good play for sure. Whatever. You Nano Boosted your Reinhardt, like, that's normal. You expect that, right? But where's the Blizzard? Sound Barrier comes out from Runner. That's really good. Counter Sound Barrier comes out from Cruise. But the Blizzard still hasn't been thrown. What's he waiting for? Is he even alive? I feel like that should have been a lot easier. I mean, Winghaven had Ana nuke on him, so he was gonna die. I mean, that's just a good play from the Ana, but he shouldn't have even charged the black hole. Like, why? He didn't need to charge the black hole. They should have just put Blizzard in the black hole. They would have at least gotten 2 kills for sure. But they charged people out of the black hole, which like allowed them to live. Which got Winghaven nuked because he charged into the black hole, so his shield was down when he charged, so he just ate the nuke and died. I don't know. Reunited definitely didn't play cleanly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Runaway is looking very good. Like, that was a very good play of Overwatch from them. Like, they executed very well. But as far as, like, getting rolled by the Genji, I feel like they definitely got rolled by the Genji. Like, they were going to get rolled by the Genji. They didn't have a good answer to the Genji ever. They didn't have a McCree. They didn't have a Mei. They didn't have a Winston, per se, all the time. But, like, why wouldn't you Nano Boost your Dragon Blade? Why would you Nano Boost the Winston? Like, why is that a thing? Like, why wouldn't you just go for the maximum burst damage that you can? Like, I question that. I question, like, the Zenyatta worked for them in some form. Like, I definitely liked the Zenyatta. Morte got, like, a triple kill at one point. Zenyatta can deal with Genji in some way. Roadhog can deal with Genji, but if you're gonna trade with the Genji, you need to run your own Genji. Like, you can just take fights. Like, I explained what they needed to do on Ilios. I think Numbani, they could have won for sure. But their comp on the first point was actually just so bad to me that it made the first 2 points like unable to be defended at all. Which happens. So they kind of boned themselves on Numbani, I guess, in some ways. But that Hanamura match, like, they definitely just, like, didn't play well. Or, like, they didn't play together well, I guess. Like, I felt like Valutaya played really well. I feel like the supports played decently well. But, like, they didn't combo their ults together. Like, they didn't play a team game. Like, Runaway just kept comboing, and then they didn't combo back. They would like I don't think Nano Boosted Winston's a thing. Like, why would you choose Nano Boosted Winston? Of all the heroes in the game, why would you Nano Boost the Winston? Like, even Nano Boosted McCree, I think, is better than Nano Boosted Winston. But they do have like, I don't know. Whatever. That's my analysis. Whatever, guys.